EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel, and they're ready to go as they get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Cleveland.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The mic. 56 is the mic. I'm here all day. Switch.
Now Chubb, and not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10.
He's not going to get me.
You go tight.
Hey, alert.
You go tight right there. Check 26. Hey, alert 3.
Protein spill. Hey, alert. Hey, Haywood. Hey, alert 33.
Now Chubb running right. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a third and 10.
Hey, exit.
It's third and 10.
Let's go, D. Let's go. 56.
Throwing, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive.
Hey, echo.
Check it back.
Hey, watch that. Yo, go. Ready.
They're going to try and throw. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual-type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
What? 380.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson, that's caught by Hollister. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Hey, 0-0-0.
Mike 22, Mike 22.
On third down, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down. Spectacular catch turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3 and out. On first down, Carson. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Go down.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. 42 to Mike, 42. 42 to Mike.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey.
Take 4.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
Check.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22.
One flat.
Squeeze, double. Mike 22, Mike 20.
Now Wilson on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught at the 10. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 66 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. The Browns drive about to get started. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. And they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a...
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, first down. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Wilson. Flush to his right. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Move the team.
19. Check, Mike 42. Right here. Whip.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson. Give the tackle there to Morgan Burnett.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Well. Good job right there.
58's the money. 58's the money.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Christian Kirksey in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 16. They run. Chubb, and able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You don't see me in your nightmare. Hurry.
Here's Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Hurry!
Third and long for Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
180!
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Run.
Here we go.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 72 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll bring up second down.
280!
Get in the weight room.
Got it.
Now Wilson, going to throw again. That's complete into the hands of Carson. Give him 9 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
It certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
King! Up!
56.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's going to go up top. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Damian Ratley there to make the grab. And the Browns have taken the lead. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2.
Let's go, defense.
Alert! You draw portrait.
Kill.
Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Here's Wilson to throw on 3rd down. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Wilson now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Again, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. To try again after the sack. Wilson able to get this to Gordon. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Second and 10 now, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught. Lockett. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
On first down, Carson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The tackle made by Christian Kirksey.
He's coming. Go.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Hey, check. I got tight left. You got 3 down. Kill. 18. 922, he's coming. Go, 4 down. Ricky.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
25. Check 49. Pull up for signals. Gun. Time to go, night.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. The Cleveland offense ready to go. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Pilot, 64, wait. Run. Five. Save. Deuce. Hurry.
A run for Nick Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Box, lights. Hey, box truck. Undercurrent. Hey, check my 50.
Now. To throw on 3rd down. Stanton. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Mayfield now. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
High 7. Hurry. 56, right there. 56. Go.
Mayfield to throw it. That one is caught by Hunt. Breaks through the contact. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
That's good. For our Browns.
180.
1st and 10.
Hey, Lloyd 33. Jump. Greystone, travel.
Mayfield on 1st down. And he completes it to Hunt. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Switch it.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now it's Carson, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson, they'll roll him out right. And it'll be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
X3, 218, chopper. Regular. Hey, Charlie.
First down, Mayfield. That's complete to Demetrius Harris, the tight end. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try to loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hurry!
Handoff comes to Chubb. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. A give. This is Chubb. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Now Mayfield. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
And they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way.